It makes me sad because I think, am I actually going to find my husband? Am I actually going to fall in love? If I didn't like technology, I wouldn't be able to film this video for y'all and upload it on a platform called YouTube. So I definitely appreciate and acknowledge the importance of technology. However, it also has its downfalls. For example, I am Generation Z. Apparently, they tell me I'm Generation Z, but I don't feel like a Generation Z-er. I actually relate a lot to millennials. I was born in 1998, right? So we're kind of in the cusp between two different generations. I want to propose the hypothetical question as to whether Generation Z is a loveless generation. And I know it's a very big thing that I'm putting on the table. Generation Z is a loveless generation. Yes, I did just say that. But it's with good reasoning. I think about 3 years ago, it would have been really embarrassing to say I met somebody on Hinge or Tinder. Like, super embarrassing. But nowadays, it's the norm. My friends will come up to me and be like, yeah, bitch, I met this really cool guy on Bumble. You should definitely download Bumble. And think about me, y'all. Like, I'm pretty young. Depends on how old you are, but I'm 22 currently, and I'm not looking for a man. I'm really just trying to look for myself. There's a lot of pressure, you know. We just went through Valentine's Day in quarantine. So I think this was the worst Valentine's Day ever. You're just sitting here with your thoughts and you're wanting to do better. Like, my thing is, like, I just want to grow past that. I want to expand on the gifts that I already have, and I just believe that these dating apps are suffocating, but I feel like I still have to be on them. And it's a weird compromise that I'm doing, specifically with Hinge, because I don't want to be on it, but I feel like I almost have to keep up with the times. I really like 90s, 80s music. You know, the love songs and the fact that you didn't have to text your significant other and they would just tell you to meet them on a day at this time at a place. And then if you just showed up and he was there, y'all were just meant to be. That aura of mystery has left the chat. That has left the building. And you almost understand what to expect from this person, which doesn't make anything fun. My whole thing in 2021, I'm trying to return to the humanness of our interactions. But it's kind of hard, I will admit. It's hard to do that in this day and age because everybody is programmed to go along with the times. And it scares me because I have a feeling I have to find my husband on Hinge. Hello, husband, if you're watching this. And if I found you on Hinge, I love you so much, but you know me in my core. I just wanted to meet you the old-fashioned way. Is Generation Z a loveless generation? Let's think about it. I started reading All About Love by Bell Hooks, and just brought me a completely different perspective that I haven't thought about before, but I guess that's what books are made for. It was a depressing perspective, but I say depressing and realist in the same line. Things can be real, but it can also be depressing because they're super real. I realized that the way that our society structures our initiation into love starts with the family unit. You're expected to pick up the essentials of how to be loved and how to love others. But unfortunately, there are a lot of broken humans and there are a lot of broken family units. And typically, these individuals carry on the hurt and project that onto others. I had to look at myself and look at the hurt that I experienced within my childhood to understand the type of person that I ended up turning out to be. And I understand now that you cannot just base your introduction to love off of a family unit because humans are imperfect. So what can we do to surpass that in order for us to have another introduction to love? You get into a romantic relationship. And that is another problem, because how are you going to get into a romantic relationship, but you didn't have a good basis on how to love others as a child? And now in Generation Z, we're thinking, oh, romantic relationship, we got to get into one in middle school. Girl, what? When I was in middle school, I was not focused on guys. And I think one guy that actually liked me, I remember all of it. Let me tell you guys a little story. So the first guy that really proposed his love to me wrote me a poem. And I was not attracted to this guy because I was just not physically attracted to him. And when he found out that I just declined his offer of love, he threw away the poem. And I feel really bad. I'm not laughing about the fact that I declined him. I'm just laughing at the fact that this even happens in the 8th grade. But he threw the poem away, and in a class the next day, he threw a desk over 2 students' heads. So I'm like, well, you weren't even ready to get into a relationship, because just through that rejection, you almost killed 2 students and the teacher. So whatever. You cannot rely on another person to learn about love either. It just as you can't purely rely on your family, because you may perceive it as love, but then as you get older and you're in more experiences, you understand that the thought of love that you garnered from your family members are actually toxic to your development as a healthy human being. So with our generation, we're just searching up, and we have these lists of humans in abundance, and download Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. What do you guys think? I just feel like Generation Z, we're not really on the best path. Dating apps are making it a lot easier, but when you're looking at human beings in the grand scheme of things, is it right to have all of these people at your fingertips in abundance? Will you ever truly appreciate a unique person when they come your way? I could see somebody who's extremely unique and I am really interested in talking with them. I just feel like things turn left, because it's like, oh my God, why are you trying to get to know me? I'm just here to collect the most ass. And honestly, like, it's understandable, but I just feel like it's not a good algorithm to find love in our generation if we're going to be technical here. I highly believe in the power of connection and connecting amongst a lot of people, a lot of different people from different backgrounds, but I just don't think that the dating app format is actually benefiting us in the long run. I think it is filling the pockets of those who started the dating apps. Whenever I see a huge mass movement happen in our society, I never jump on board, because I have to understand, ooh, what are the powers in play trying to tell us here?
Hi, I'm coming here to you today through the blue light special. I just got blue light glasses, so I'm not gonna lose my eyesight anytime soon. One point of clarification that I had to do for this video was to just say the blatant obvious. I know that there are people who found their soulmates on these dating apps, but hello to y'all. The rest of us didn't. So you are a unicorn relationship. Not everybody who goes on these apps find their soulmate. So if you found yours, that's a you thing.
Too many people are only on them to find love. They're not even trying to connect with people anymore in person. And I just feel like we're living in a 1984 chapter. And I definitely want to share this life with somebody that I love, but it's difficult nowadays. It's difficult to relate to people, and it's difficult for people to truly see you while letting their guard down. And people don't understand that love is the most important frequency in this earthly plane. And I take it seriously, but I would just love to see other people take it seriously as well, who are great potential for friendships and even more. But again, look at the world we're living in. It's mad complicated. Let's talk about the one relationship that I was in. maybe this was a bad egg and I shouldn't base all of Generation Z's potential off of this one person. This person, I just feel like, embodies a lot of other people. I dated this person for about 2 years, and I realized that when we started dating, I was super desperate. Like, I didn't understand who I was. I didn't understand my power. I was giving away my power, etc. And I still don't really know who this person is in retrospect. When I look back at our interactions and our union, it's so weird. And now that I understand the benefit of opening up your scars and relating to a human, all the relationships that I had in the past that didn't do that are just invalid to me. And that happens to be my only ex. So when I look back at that relationship, I realized that I had to do a lot of inner work, and this other individual had to do a lot of inner work as well. And that was just that. But just understanding the way that we met and the context of which we met, it was in college, and then we reconnected on a dating app. And you understand, it's like we had to go through the technological phase in order to meet each other. And I always wonder what would have happened if we didn't go on that same dating app at the same time. But I just feel like our generation can be more loveless than the last generation due to the emerging of dating apps. And again, you can find the person, just like with my ex. I found him, I rekindled with him through the dating app. I met him in person for the first time before that, but I rekindled with him on a dating app. However, were we supposed to artificially meet again? I don't know. And I'm at the point currently where I'm celibate. Should I be saying this on a YouTube video? I don't care. Bloop. But I'm celibate and I don't want to get involved with anybody. Unfortunately, there is the emerging of all these different social media apps. Now I hear about Clubhouse. I'm not going to be on Clubhouse because I just feel like it doesn't fit my niche. But all these different social medias are kind of forcing you to look at other people's lives and compare your own and try to fix the things in your life that actually don't need fixing. It's actually cool if our lives are different, but fix the things that are inadequate in comparison to your favorite influencer. And I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of these influencers have relationships. I don't like going on social media for a long time because I feel like my brain can get programmed into a specific frequency. And I feel like I have to follow an influencer that I follow in order to be a successful person. But you have to just follow your intuition and your own path, your own voice for you to be successful, because we're all different. And for great reasonings too, we're not supposed to be the same. Our difference makes us human and makes us interesting.
But I digress. That was it. That was the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I meant everything that I said. Am I alone here? Okay.